Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Cloudy Sheep and we are playing Rule the Waves as the US. We just finished our war against Russia, which was really a bit of a mixed bag. As you can see, we lost quite a couple of ships, many of them actually to Russia, including the New Mexico, a Nevada class battleship, which I'm really upset about. But on the other hand, at the end of the day, we managed to sink two of their ships, both in the Caribbean, or two important ships, I should say, two battle cruisers. So that bit I think is rather fine, and a bit of other ships. So all in all, things are fine. We are trying to balance our budget right now. A couple of ships have come online. Some of them are back in action after they've been interned in neutral ports. Germany, I would presume, from the map, because our battle really was in the Baltic Sea. So, well, maybe it could have been Sweden as well, or even Denmark, but I don't know. So these guys need to be repaired. We have some other ships on construction, although you can see we've halted a couple of that, of their constructions, just because we need to recover our budget. Actually, I want to dial back the research just for a scooch, so that we can finish up repairing these ships in particular. As you can see, they are damaged. Same with a couple of these destroyers. Other than that, we've mothballed and put into reserve quite a couple of ships. The only, and trying to get everyone else, I think, back to the East Coast pretty much. So, yeah, that I think is fine. With the budget that we're having now, I think we can restart on the Oregon here. So maybe it will catch up and these two guys will finish at the same time. Although we might have to put a break in again. But then, let's take the turn. Chicago has finished working up, that's very nice to see, and Minneapolis is finished. Other than that, people are scrapping ships, which I think is understandable. Italy has rebuilt some ships. Japan are now building 14-inch ships, so that's acceptable, of course. Oh, our tonnage on foreign station has dropped to below where it needs to be. Let's briefly check. Oh yeah, so here we go. The Minneapolis has just joined our ranks. The Chicago and Tacoma are fine. So yeah, I think that's looking good. In terms of foreign stations, we did pretty much use our heavy cruisers for that for now. And we're not missing that much, so for now I'm gonna move the Pueblo to foreign station, and I think we can move this to active fleet. That should be sufficient. Do we actually need to redesign this ship? Yeah, we could use director firing, I think. That would be good, but for now, of course, we're not going to do that because of the budget situation, which hopefully will be fixed in some time. In about 3 months, our destroyers here will get ready. Other than that, I think we kind of need to wait for a bit of a budget fix. Mastering secondary director, ooh, that's interesting to see. That might also lead to some redesigns. Minus 2 million and 3 million in the bank, so probably we'll have to, yeah, I think we should halt the construction on the Oregon for the meantime until we resolve a bit of our financing. So, the new Naval Secretary believes submarines are the key to victory in future war. He wants you to build at least 9 additional submarines. Submarines are underhand, unmanned, un-American. Budget would decrease, prestige would. We could, yeah. Let's actually do this. So I'm not sure. Does that require you are? Yeah, you are acquiring at least 9 additional ones. Okay. You know what? We'll do that because that will increase our budget by nearly 1 million down there. So that's fine. A couple of delays. More ships in Northern Europe than our bases can support. Okay. Right. So let's build more submarines then. I'm actually going to build 10 of them. And medium range submarines at that. Just so we get all of these guys done. Let's resume the construction of these guys then, just to make sure that we are building what we can. That of course does put us below our budget, but soon we might free up some items. So let's see whether that will work, or whether we need to, again, resume things. Right then, these guys here in Northern Europe are done. We can send them back to the East Coast, so let's do that. You can also see that this Nevada class up here is having troubles. California classes are a bit of old ships, to be honest, at this point, and the Lexington classes are fine as well. You're on the active fleet. I think we can certainly mothball you, save some costs, because that is a very old pre-dreadnought, semi-dreadnought if you want. Other than that, what about the Des Moines? You are considered obsolete. I think all other Des Moines have been mothballed or put into reserve. So I think that's fine if we do that. Yeah. Let's also put you guys into mothball status. Just saving every bit that we can. Chicago, yeah, I want to keep these guys, I think. Our latest editions, we should always, I feel, keep an active status. You, I think, were damaged earlier, so let's reserve you. It's fine then. Chicago, yeah, all of these are active. 2 of these are active, which seems fine. Why are you considered obsolete but not you? Both San Diego classes, that's weird. Let's move this guy to the west coast. East coast, all of that is fine. Do we want to maybe put into reserve the California? It would save us quite a bit of money, and I think it's worthwhile because we don't have... It's not that critical right now, right? So let's do this, save a bit of money, hopefully get our submarines done, so that's... Yes, very nice, very nice. Here we go. I didn't really read the status right there, but you can see that we are getting the Fanning classes up here, and the Fanning class apparently is faster even than expected, so that's very, very lovely to see. Yeah, also the budget deficit has decreased significantly, so I think once these guys are done, we might even be more or less netting a positive amount. Also very soon our first actual submarine will get commissioned into the Navy, and that's going to be very lovely. Also we can take the second California class up here and put it into reserve, and yeah, we are now easily at 0. Secondary director, very lovely to see. Enabled secondary battery and 4 light cruisers. Unexpected advances, above water tubes on light cruisers, also very lovely to see. That does mean that our Tacoma class, of course, has already pretty much it's pretty much obsolete already, but I think that's fine. I'm actually gonna go ahead and research a bit more now. That's gonna slightly put us into the negative, but that's fine. Also, let's make sure that hull fire control, yes, these are important things. Ship design is also important things. Submarines, I don't honestly care about that much. We can put this back to medium because we're not in war anymore, so I think that's fine. Lovely, yeah, good to see. Right then, then what we might want to do here, so we certainly want to redesign some of our ships, but I think we have to hold off on that just a scooch. Maybe let's see. So if I use a director over here, but even increase the weight seems to be fine. Interesting enough. Quality here is fine. All of that seems to be fine. Not much that can be done over here. But I would like to reduce the weight just a little bit. Can we go with 97? I think you can just dial it like that in steps of 5. Yeah, let's put a little bit less ammo on these guys and then use it like so. So total rebuild cost 2.5 million. I think that's something that we can do. Let's check. Yeah, everything seems to be okay. So, well, okay, good. Yes, actually, let's do that. Let's rebuild the Lexicon and the Ranger. Let's rebuild it. Rebuild ship. There we go. Yes, please. Minimal cost really, so I think that's fine. Also, I think on the Ohio, I mean, it's the big thing about this is that it has 10 caliber guns. So yeah, I think it's worthwhile to rebuild this guy as well, even though, you know, it's $1 million down the drain for a very old ship. I think I feel it's still fun. California. Also, yes, please. Can we actually increase the caliber here a bit? We cannot. Seven caliber guns do have a higher quality than just the 6 caliber, so nonetheless I think this is fine. Yes, please rebuild it for about 2 million. You then too. Yeah, correct. Right then. And let's hold off on the other guys for a second there, just so we can give our... no, don't continue then. Why is that? Why do we have insufficient capability up here? I thought we'd just send out the Pueblo. Oh well then, let's do on foreign stations as well, that's fine. Always good to see that the privates, and here we go, the first US submarine in our Navy. Wet heater design. Wet heater engine. I don't think that's needed. We're not building any more ships very soon. We now first need to really get our stuff going. So here we go. You are ready. That's fine to see. That's lovely. And all of you guys will be coming online very shortly. I think then you guys are rebuilding. Very soon we should be able to resume construction at least on... Oh no, sorry, that's the Lexington, yeah. At least on the Constitution. Right then. Step 10. Japanese is interesting to buy superimposed beater. No, we're not going to sell that. It's way too important. You guys are around on front stations, money is dwindling down, private shipbuilding is of course very lovely to see. Bunch of submarines being finished, so that I think means that our monthly balance there, excellent. Separate scouting force, okay, yes, lovely to see. Yeah, so Italy has the director now. Italy is the nation that we would like to increase our tensions with. So here you go. Very soon the reconstruction on the Californias and the Lexingtons will be done. So I think that we can resume the construction on at least the Constitution. That of course is going to drive us into the negatives again, but I think that's going to be fine. Actually, we didn't need to build that many submarines, but we did, so that's nice to see. Here we go. Lots of ships finishing their reconstruction. Italian ship with a light cruiser. Interesting, so 10 5-inch guns, broadside of 6. 2 torpedo tubes, submerged though, so not that big of a deal. Reduces rate of fire penalty for guns below 8 inches in turrets. Okay, interesting to see. Budget deficit is still significant because, well, of our submarine construction, for one thing, and for the other thing because, yeah, still a bit of stuff is being built. So, you know, since we have managed to do what we were required to do, I'm going to halt the reconstruction of the construction of these ships. That brings us to positive amounts, which I think is fine. Do we want to resume any of these guys? I don't think we can right now, but what we could do is take the Nevada, give you a director for the secondary battery. Cannot increase this. Can increase this, but decrease the numbers. 10 guns instead of 16. Well, this is pointless. No, I think 16 guns were better, so let's rebuild this and let's take the director. Everything else should be more or less the same. You can like, but nope, cannot. So that's fine. Good. Yes, yes. Go. Yes, please go ahead. Okay, building costs for that are minimal, so that's lovely to see. You are all 1915 standard. Let's take the Tacoma class and let's make sure that we can actually use the director firing over here. I think that's the most important change that I probably would want to make, right? Is ammo a bit? Maybe just use one firing position, yeah. It's not ideal, but then again it's a light cruiser. It should be able to run away if there's really such a big issue. Rebuild cost only 800,000, that's very lovely to see. Yes, please do that. And, you know, all of these. Rebuild ship to the standard. Yes. Thank you. Of course that puts us into a negative budget again, but I think that's fine. Oh, fanning clauses up here look very good. I don't think we need to change anything on that. Probably we'll want to redesign some of our light cruisers, the Des Moines up here, very shortly to take advantage of the director firing. But for now that's not really required. Oh, and the California classes were put back into active station, so let's make sure that these are put into reserve. These are slightly older ships anyway, so that I think should be fine. Okay, the active heavy cruisers. I'm not sure that active cruisers are the way to go for the future, but for now at least I feel that we might want to still use them. So let's do that. 1.8 million. What if I increase this? I guess I'll buy a bit, so let's not do that. And there was this. Sometimes it's weird how this number changes when you change around some things. Can you do some mines? You cannot. So okay, I guess this is fine then. Yeah, not really that much more changes that we need to make. A bit more ammo, yeah, why not? Narrowbell. Ooh, you could have director for secondary armament as well. Fine, let's do that. Yes, I know. Yes. It's good. Oh, and it's January. It's slightly annoying because then I'll get confused about the version numbers up here. 1.8 million, yeah, grudgingly I'm going to accept that cost. And now we are so red again that I think it's time to take a turn. Private shipbuilding, San Diego, improved firefighting equipment. unexpected torpedo advances, a great deal of things happening. Scrapping ships, and that were built pretty early, that I think is understandable. Italy building the battle cruiser. Okay, okay then, and there was another Tacoma. Yeah, so can we rebuild you to the latest design, please? Thank you. And I think it's time to take in the Des Moines as well. Yeah, let's rebuild this. Go to director firing, please. You are now just with one position. That's fine. But let's redo that, just because sometimes again the rebuild cost here gets clunky. So yeah, just one director, maybe a bit less ammo. Okay, let's go ahead. No, no. Let's just take in all the one at the same time. We've got ships, space to the latest. No, you there. Rebuild to this design. Yes. Thank you. Can I rebuild you? Really? That seems odd. You. Go ahead, go director firing. One less position. The best, the best. Really? That's not necessary, honestly, but anyway. Let's rebuild all of these guys to the latest standard. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you. Destroyers then I think are not required right now, but that should be fine. I didn't even check whether above water torpedo tubes might have been a good idea as a reconstruction, but I don't think so, not for reconstruction anyway. Yep, lots of stuff being rebuilt up here. That's fine. Some of our stuff will need to be resumed very soon, but I think that's once that our stuff here gets finished, I think that should be fine. Take one more turn. More national resources, so a bit more money, that's good to see. Yeah, and some stuff being done over there. So I think this would be a good time to put in a cut. Very soon our reconstruction will have finished, and we will be able to resume our construction of the very nice class up here. But until then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.